Of course, people will have different definitions on who you are. And I realized you can spend a lot of time fixing your politics and you neglect the role at which you are actually elected to do. That's something profound that I learned in my first 2 years. That you can spend a lot of time trying to fix your competitor, trying to fix and follow where the person who may want your seat has gone to, trying to silence somebody maybe in social media or elsewhere, provoking you to do something better. Or you can actually choose to spend that time doing the work itself.
Kiaru, Member of Parliament NDINDI Nyoro, has asked fellow leaders to stop focusing on political drama and instead work on delivering real results to the people. He said that what leaders do for the country will be remembered more than what they say in argument or social media fights. While speaking during a technical budget review meeting, Nyoro stated that his experience as a first-time MP, he said that many new leaders face challenges at the start, but with time, people judge them by their action, not their words. He warned that some politicians spend too much energy trying to win political fight or reply to critics instead of doing the work they were elected to do. According to him, real changes come from projects and services that improve people's lives, not endless debates. Nyoro also spoke about the importance of national budget decision. He told Kenyans to look at how money is being spent rather than what leaders say. He believed that the government priorities can clearly be seen in how funds are allocated, especially in key areas like roads, schools, and hospitals. He raised concerns about the high spending in the Ministry of Interior, especially on repeated costs, even though there is no new recurrent or recruitment of major projects under that office. He questioned where this money is going and called for more transparency. Nyoro encourages citizens, journalists, and experts to closely monitor government spendings and hold leaders accountable. He said that a good government is one that delivers real service and uses public money wisely, not that one only manages public opinions.
I'm taking it up actually from there, from Kiharu, because, and actually don't wait for another technical speech. I'm already giving the speech. I learned one thing when I was elected as member of parliament for Kiharu in my first term. When you get elected and before people actually know your character, there is usually some friction before people define who you are. Because politics and leadership is also, to a large extent, part of making people know who you are, so that when you speak, they know who is speaking. When you say maybe something will be done, they know, do you mean it? So that when you say, people can define your leaning. And therefore, before that happens, or before that definition, of course, people will have different definitions on who you are. And I realized you can spend a lot of time fixing your politics and you neglect the role at which you are actually elected to do. That's something profound that I learned in my first 2 years. That you can spend a lot of time trying to fix your competitor, trying to fix and follow where the person who may want your seat has gone to, trying to silence somebody maybe in social media or elsewhere, provoking you to do something better. Or you can actually choose to spend that time doing the work itself. And I realized it is very important that as a leader, you focus on something that can stand the test of time. Because, for example, when you have an argument with Dr. Rugo here, whom is also my good friend, if we have an argument here on words will not go past that argument. But if there is some deliverable, you do something tangible, it will go beyond the argument, it will go beyond words. And I realized that it is important you spend your time as a leader addressing the issues that are not necessarily things that you are proving through word of mouth, but things you'll do that are all seasonal. And these that are all seasonal are the deliverables you do around the sectors that you should be working around. Why am I saying this? If you look at the budget alternative that has been done by IPF, and I commend Jerry for even the demeanor at which you highlighted the issues. If you look at it, and I want to be very frank, you have to make a choice as a country between managing politics and delivering. What am I trying to say? There is no better way of showing what you want to do other than through the budget allocations. Now, if what you want to achieve, for example, is roads, if what we want to achieve as a country is healthcare, if what we want to achieve is in education, then just follow the budget. Go check how much has been allocated. And therefore that will speak more than the words. Now, what I've seen, the state, the architecture of the state, beyond the doing, there is also the people management side. The people management side, of course, is done through that sector that was criticized by Bernard. That sector that has, of course, GJO, and also there is the administration. I don't want to say more, just scrutinize the budget. Because, for example, if you look at the supplementary budget we just did, there was a variation around administration again of over 10 billion shillings to one specific institution. Why am I saying these things? The orientation of a country, you need to define, we need to define. The orientation around the circumstances in Kenya now. Are the real issues around security and management of people, or is it in other areas, for example, like roads and other deliverables? You just need to look at the budget, you can tell. Why am I saying so? If, for example, you increase the budget, let me use interior, for example, and you see a significant increment, and in that year there is no recruitment that is happening, and if you go to the budget of the development of that specific ministry, there is no increment that is notable, therefore that money is going into recurrent, then you ask yourself, this money that is going into recurrent in sectors that are by law not as transparent as others, then you need to make your deduction around there. And I'm speaking that because I know I'm talking to experts. You scrutinize. So when the money is going here, if it's, for example, buying equipment that are security related, fine, which are they? But if it's going to recurrent, what is recurrent in that sector? And up to what length can you question that recurrent as a Kenyan? Up to what length can you question that expenditure as a journalist, for example? You will get many answers from that. And I hope I am speaking.